Welcome to our channel, ladies and gentlemen. Politics in the mountain has really shaped up. It started immediately regarding Gachagua was impeached because the sons and daughters of Mumbi thought that their son was impeached out of malice. Regarding Gachagua, immediately he was impeached, went ahead and started consultations. And he was telling people, I was removed because I was telling William Ruto the truth. I was removed because I was speaking on your behalf. That is the reason why you gave me William Ruto so that we can work together. Now, the culmination of this battle between Rigathi and William Ruto resulted into Rigathi launching his party. And with the launch of the party, many experts believe that Rigathi Gachagua actually has succeeded in locking out William Ruto from Mount Kenya. But William Ruto, being a politician, is not taking anything to chance. And having realized that when he appointed Kithure Kindiki to replace Rigathi Gachagua, the intention became a fiasco and it flopped. He has developed a new strategy. And the new strategy now is that Kithure Kindiki is working and organizing town hall meetings, having realized that he cannot call for a rally. People must be paid. People will somehow heckle him or people will boycott. So they have decided that they are going to organize for town hall, some tent in some room, and they mobilize people, they pay them heavily so that they can attend. And when you listen to the messages carry like, we are not campaigning, sisi bado tunafanya kazi ile tuliahidi wananchi, that they are still fulfilling promises that they gave to Kenyans. They are also promoting William Ruto and telling Mount Kenya that William Ruto loves them. So William Ruto is still prepared to try and wrestle a chunk of votes from Mount Kenya. And William Ruto has charged certain members of parliament to work with Kithure Kindiki, people like Kimani Ichung'wah. But it is becoming very hot. Now, one of those leaders is Sabina Chege, the nominated member of parliament from the Jubilee Party. Sabina Chege has gotten into this trap. She's working with Kithure Kindiki, and they're even trying to stage manage certain events to make Kithure Kindiki look like he's really so much concerned about Mount Kenya issues and is helping. And I want you to watch this video and tell me what you make out of it, because they are basically stage managing and choreographing these events to meet a particular political objective. Ladies and gentlemen, kindly subscribe to our channel, click the notification bell, kindly like and share our video. Listen to Sabina Chege.
Asanteni sana andũ a Kagumo mũrĩega, Ngai nĩ mwega na hĩndĩ ciothe. Nĩkĩ mũraikara ta mũtarĩ akenu? Nĩ mũkenete? Nĩ muona Kithure Kindiki? Tugaga njamba tikĩ? Nĩ mwamuona ũrĩa hana? Nyama itaingĩihũra mũkuha na hakiri nyingĩ, mũtũkĩmenyete ũgeni na ngemi njega. Ngatho mũno Your Excellency the Deputy President, karibu sana Kagumo County na waheshimiwa wenzangu na wageni wote ambao wamefika siku ya leo. Utaniruhusu nitaongea kwa Kikuyu kwa sababu niko nyumbani. Karatigu andũ aitũ, mzee yuko hapa. Eha mũthuri ũcio. Mũthuri ũcio kena ihenya mũno. Mimi nakuomba kwa heshima, kwa sababu tutafanya empowerment, lakini itakuwa sio sawa kama kuna mzee wetu hapa Kagumo ambaye mama bado yuko mochari for 3 weeks. Alikuwa akona SHA, lakini bili yake ikakuwa kubwa sana 1.7. Huyu mzee amebaki na mtoto mdogo, kuna wengine wadogo na hana mtu wa kulilia. Na kwa sababu wewe ndio baba yetu, anaotue baba witu, na wewe umekuja na wewe umejileta. Mimi nataka ukumbatie huyo mzee, umpe pole na umsaidie. Kanatigwa adwaitu.
Thank you Mheshimiwa. I think mzee amenieleza ya kwamba alipatwa na hiyo msiba na bili kakuja vile umesema 1.7 na ile SHA nini imelipa 500,000. Kwa hivyo hii SHA inasaidia, si ni kweli? From 1.7 million already half a million imelipwa, imebaki 1.2, si ni kweli? Sasa wewe Sabina, sababu naelekea Meru asubuhi na mapema kesho, uende pale, nitakupatia 1.2 million, uende
adwaitone mwakena.
Now, I want to opine that it is a good job to help, like the man who just lost his wife, and the medical fee had accumulated to about, they said it was 1.7 million Kenya shillings. But you see, Sabina Chege makes it look like that she just heard of it in that event. Yet when you scrutinize further, you'll realize that this is something that they knew. So, one, they want to promote SHA. Indeed, if SHA managed to pay 500,000 Kenya shillings, that is $500,000, we must give credit where it's due. It means that apart from the teething problems, maybe SHA is working. I'm saying maybe because with the Kenya Kwanza regime, you cannot be sure whether indeed SHA met the $500,000 Kenya shillings that they are talking about. So they are trying to promote those projects. Number two, they want Kithure Kindiki to be seen as someone who is really concerned. Remember, Rigathi had projected himself as the man who was speaking on behalf of Mount Kenya. So they are also promoting Kithure Kindiki to look like, yes, this is also a man who cares for us. You see, he says tomorrow, come for this money. Instant coffee solution. So they want it to, that's what they are promoting, that Kithure Kindiki is concerned about Mount Kenya fraternity. And then they also want to promote Ruto policies like SHA. They are saying that it is working. I understand that Sabina Chege wants to contest for the Kagumo constituency seat. I wonder whether she's going to get it. In this video, ladies and gentlemen, having given you that foundation, I want to give you reasons why Sabina Chege, if you ask me, has signed her political obituary. Because I don't think she's going to make it, if you ask me. I thought by now she would have made a U-turn. Let me tell you one. Number one, Mount Kenya has literally shifted to Rigathi Gachagua. You like it or not, every region has a kingpin. And you might argue that maybe Uhuru Kenyatta is still trying to wrestle it out with Rigathi Gachagua. But if you ask me, Rigathi Gachagua has leapfrogged Uhuru Kenyatta in that area. Uhuru Kenyatta did his 2 terms. There are people who still respect him. But in terms of political mobilization and who is controlling Mount Kenya now, I think it is Rigathi Gachagua. And if you want to know, let us see with the looming by-elections. Jubilee will sponsor candidates, will field candidates in those regions, but I believe that Rigathi Gachagua is going to sweep that region, the Democracy for the Citizens Party. And if you want to know that things are not really looking good for the dissenting views, Eric Wamumbi, who is the member of parliament of Mathira constituency, threw the towel and said, I'm not going to contest, when he realized that Rigathi Gachagua had conquered that region. So that simply tells you that Mount Kenya has shifted. So if Sabina Chege, and Sabina Chege, by the way, represents many other leaders who are still following, William Ruto in the mountain. I just picked on her because, Sabina Chege is a very fundamental figure there. She's currently nominated under the Jubilee Party. Sabina Chege has been part of the team that have been promoting, the appointment of Kithure Kindiki. At some point, she was saying that the appointing authorities, one, both Rigathi and Kindiki are their sons. Rigathi did one, and I don't know, about two, and the next 2.5 remains for Rigathi, for Kithure Kindiki to complete. The other reason why I believe that there will be trouble for Sabina Chege, she tried to wrestle and jostle power from Uhuru Kenyatta. Uhuru was her boss. And I remember they sacrificed. That is one thing that we must give them. Sabina and Kanini Kega, when everyone ditched Uhuru Kenyatta and went for William Ruto, Sabina, Kanini Kega, and a few other leaders remained with Uhuru Kenyatta, including people like Jeremiah Kioni. But immediately William Ruto got and ascended to power, they were misused to try and take away Jubilee from Uhuru Kenyatta. And if you ever know Uhuru Kenyatta, I don't think that man forgives. To date, people are still arguing whether Uhuru has actually forgiven William Ruto for what William Ruto did to him, sabotaging his government, going for his mother, going for his son, trying to kill the milk industry and take away some of the businesses. People are still wondering whether indeed Uhuru Kenyatta forgave William Ruto. So by trying to get head on with her boss, she might get into trouble, because the mountain will largely be controlled by this DCP, Rigathi Gachagua party, and part of it will be controlled by Jubilee, because they still feel that Jubilee is a party that is that belongs. It has got its roots in the mountain. So having fallen out with Rigathi, because right now what Sabina is doing is that she is going against Rigathi Gachagua at a time when Rigathi Gachagua is trying to collect all the electorates and vote together. She's going against Rigathi Gachagua. So that means Rigathi has already identified someone to unseat. Of course, she's now nominated to make sure that she doesn't, be elected. She's not going to be elected again. Uhuru Kenyatta too will not be very happy to have Sabina Chege near him. In fact, I believe he's only been very kind enough not to have removed Sabina Chege, because Sabina Chege was only nominated. With the powers that they have as the Jubilee fraternity, they might have decided to remove him from that seat. Remember, she was nominated. They could have decided to unseat him in that nominated seat. But I think because of the sacrifice that Sabina made, they have decided to let her be. So she has fallen out with Uhuru Kenyatta, and she has fallen out with Rigathi Gachagua. Those are the two leaders that are going to control Mount Kenya. So where will her rescue be? Perhaps together with people like Kimani Ichung'wah, they are going to wait and pray that William Ruto wins a second term, and they are going to be nominated or appointed into certain offices. Rigathi has locked that place. And I think that Sabina Chege has a very slim chance, because the train has started moving. There is a window period where she can jump very fast to Rigathi's side, because that train will be full. I understand that people are rushing to that party and they are booking. They want to contest for certain seats with that party, from the MCA level all the way to the gubernatorial position. Now, Sabina can either jump over very fast, or she can wait to the very last moment, the way Anne Waiguru did, and tried to stick with Uhuru Kenyatta until she realized that her only chance to become a governor for the second time was to jump over the ship. It is not because she liked Uhuru Kenyatta. Circumstances during that period forced her. For Sabina Chege, I don't know whether it will be easy. I don't know whether she's got that chance to jump over the last minute. Remember, UDA was brought by Ruto. It was not a Mount Kenya party, but this time round, the Mount Kenya has found something they can resonate with. What if Sabina waits till the last minute and finds herself rather too late when someone has already declared the seat that she wants under the DCP when she's still fighting Rigathi Gachagua? Moreover, Anne Waiguru was already a governor. She wanted to defend her seat. It was easy for her. So for Sabina Chege, ladies and gentlemen, I feel it is not going to be very easy, and she has just signed her political obituary. What other options does Sabina have? Apart from what I feel that it should be now, just detach herself from William Ruto and jump over. Of course, 2027 is still a long way, and a day in politics is such a long day and very significant, can change a lot of things. But for Sabina Chege, if she's not going to do something, she might be buried politically.